If you're traveling to Paris, you're likely to use the metro since it's connected to most parts of the city and is the cheapest way to get around. Although it's easy to use, it can be tricky for first-time visitors. If you're new here, hi, I'm Esther from dreamsinparis.com, and in this video, I'll show you exactly how to use the Paris Metro. From how to locate a metro station, how to buy tickets, how to navigate the subway, and so much more. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more practical tips about Paris. And you can use the chapters in the description to jump to a specific section. The first thing you need to know is how to find a metro station. All you have to do is locate the metro sign, which comes in 3 different types. The first is a pole with the word metro, the second has metropolitan on it, and the third is a giant letter M in yellow. If you spot any of these, just walk towards it and you'll find the staircase to the metro station. After locating a metro station, you'll need to buy a ticket. There are a few different ways to do it, so I'll quickly go through them. The first is the single ride 2+ ticket, which costs just 2.15 euros for the full fare and half the price for children between 4 and 11. Kids below 4 years old ride the metro for free. As for how to purchase the ticket, you can do so from the machines or at the RTP counters in the metro stations. If you opt for the machines, select your language and choose the option of No Navigo Pass. There are a number of tickets, but we're going to choose the single ticket T+. Select the number of tickets you want, validate, and then later pay. There's another ticket machine, so in case you come across that, it's the same idea, but instead of a touchscreen, you just turn the roller to select your preferred options. You should also note that you can use this ticket for the bus, tram, and RER, although it only works within Paris for the RER. The other alternative is loading tickets on a Navigo Easy Pass. The pass itself costs 2 euros, which you can then load any amount of tickets you want. However, if you buy a bundle of 10 tickets known as the Carnet, you can save some money since it costs just 17.35 euros compared to the 21.5 if you buy 10 individual tickets. If you plan on using the metro a lot, this is the option I recommend, as you also won't have to queue at ticket machines every time you need a new ticket. Plus, you can recharge your Navigo Easy Pass directly on your phone with the IDF Mobility or RATP apps. I'll show you how to do that later in the video. The only limiting thing about this pass is that you can only use it within the Paris region. This means that if you want to go to Disneyland Paris or Versailles, you will need to buy other tickets. Now, the other way to use the metro is by buying the Paris Visite Pass, which starts at 13.95 euros a day, but you can buy one for up to 5 days. The advantage of this pass over the Navigo Easy is that it gives you unlimited access to all forms of transportation, be it the metro, bus, tram, RER, and SNCF trains in the Ile-de-France region. This means that you'll be able to go to Disneyland Paris, Versailles, and the airports with it. Just remember to write your name and the dates on the ticket for it to be valid. Now that you have your tickets, let's look at how to use them. If you have a physical ticket, just slide it into the slot of the fare gate and it will pop out from the other side and the gate will open for you. If you slide the ticket in and hear a beep with a red light, it means that your ticket has already been used, so you will need a new one. However, in very rare cases, you may be buzzed red on a new ticket. If this happens, then there could be a problem with the machine, so it's best to inquire from the RATP staff on the counters at the station. If you have a Paris Visit card, this is also the same way you use it. One thing you should know is that not all fare gates have a slot for the paper ticket. If the one you go to doesn't have it, simply go to the next one. If you're using a Navigo Easy Pass, You just have to validate it by placing it on the pad of the fare gate and it will let you through. Before moving on, I should also mention that some metro stations, for example Trocadero, currently don't have the traditional fare gates, but rather these validation points. These are very easy to miss, so make sure you look out for them, or you might be fined if you don't validate your ticket or pass. Reloading your Navigo Easy Pass is quite easy. You can either go directly to the RATP counters in the metro, recharge on the ticket machines as we saw earlier, or directly on your phone. To do it on your phone, you can either use the IDF Mobility app or the RATP Bonjour app. With the IDF app, go to Purchase, then click on My Navigo Pass, select Read My Pass and hold it above your phone's front camera. From here, click on Buy Ticket and select the amount of tickets you want. You can also choose the Carnet option to get 10 T+ tickets for a reduced price. For the RATP app, the steps are pretty much the same. Go to Tickets, click Read My Pass and bring your pass behind the top of your phone. Select Buy on My Pass and choose from either a single journey ticket or the carnet of 10 tickets. If you want to know the remaining tickets on your Navigo, simply put your card on the ticket machine and it will show you how many are left. Alternatively, you can do it on your phone with the IDF Mobility app or the Bonjour RATP. Just to show you how this works, go to IDF app, go to Purchases, click on My Navigo Pass, select Read My Pass and place the card at the top of your phone and it will show how many tickets are left. For the RATP app, go to Tickets, click on Read My Pass and place the pass on top of your phone and it will display the number of remaining tickets. Now that you know how to buy and use the tickets, let's look at how to navigate the metro. There are two options. You can either read the metro map, but the easier choice will be using apps like Bonjour RATP, Google Maps, SNCF Connect, IDF Mobility, and Apple Plans, although I recommend using City Mappers. For this video, we're going to assume that you're trying to go from Galeries Lafayette to the Louvre Museum to easily show you how this works. Since the app suggests taking line 7, walk to Champs-Ardentes Lafayette metro station, get your ticket and go through the fare gate as we saw earlier. Be careful here because there are two directions. Take one suggested by the app and follow the signs carefully to not end up on the opposite side of Paris. But if you accidentally take the wrong direction, leave the train at the first stop and change platforms by following the signs. As long as you don't exit the station, you don't have to buy another ticket or even validate one. Paris has 3 types of metros, so opening each will be a bit different. The newest type will automatically open at every stop. For the second type, you will need to push the green button to open the door. The third type, on the other hand, requires turning the handle up to open it. It can be a bit clunky, so use some energy. Exiting the metro station is straightforward. Just look for the sortie sign, which means exit. However, In stations with multiple exits, picking the correct one is crucial to avoid losing time once you're above ground. If you're going to the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, and other famous attractions, finding the right exit won't be a problem because the names of the attractions are clearly marked. For other destinations, check the app to see the best exit. The Paris Metro is generally safe to use. However, it's important to stay vigilant to avoid pickpockets who are known to be quick and often work by distracting you. Always keep your bag closed and close by, and be cautious if someone tries to divert your attention, as this could be a setup for theft. Also, watch out for people offering help at ticket machines, as they might be trying to spot if you're carrying a lot of cash, making you a target for pickpocketing. If you need any help, it's always better to go to RATP counters in the stations rather than accepting help from strangers. I'm not saying this to scare you away from Paris, as the risk of being pickpocketed is low and such incidents can happen in any major city. But regardless of that, always be aware of your surroundings. Now that you know how to stay safe in the metro, let's talk about how the Olympics might affect your travel plans. If you're visiting Paris during this time, you should note that the metro ticket prices will go up from July 20th to September 8th. The cost for a single ride T Plus ticket will jump from 2.15 euros to 4 euros, and a band of 10 tickets from 17.35 to 32 euros. However, a special pass will be available for 16 euros a day and 70 a week, covering travel in Paris and to both Charles de Gaulle and Orly airports. Finally, you will need to know the operating hours of the metro, especially if you plan to go out late or want to use it early in the morning. The metro runs every day from 5:30 a.m. to about 1:15 a.m., but extends up to 2:15 a.m. on Fridays, Saturdays, and several bank holidays. If the metro is closed and you can't get a taxi, there is an option for a night bus known as Noctilia from midnight to about 5:30 a.m. Although as a tourist, I wouldn't recommend it. If you go out late, always use a taxi, an Uber, or a Bolt. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you found it helpful, and if you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel to never miss any new videos about Paris. If you've been to Paris already, let us know how your experience with the metro was. See you next time. Bye bye.